The first step to quitting any journey is to understand how your habit is impacting your life. It might be a bit scary, but consider this your wake-up call. After just one night of binge drinking, you could experience blurred vision, gaps in your memory, nausea, and even the dreaded hangxiety. While hangxiety tends to haunt those who are anxious by nature, it can happen to anyone, and it's absolutely horrible. Hangxiety is a state of great anxiety that some folks experience during a hangover. You might feel dizzy, disorientated, or panicky, but it's also characterised by a racing heartbeat, poor concentration, and even feelings of existential dread or sadness. High alcohol consumption sometimes makes you feel more anxious in the long term too, which can lead to symptoms of cognitive impairment like brain fog, memory loss, and poor processing. Does that sound good to you? No? Don't click away. I know it's hard to hear, but you have to realise the havoc that drinking wreaks on your system. If you think these short-term consequences are bad, wait until you hear what long-term alcoholism does to your body. Pancreatitis, where your pancreas swells up and starts to shut down. Pancreatic cancer, breast cancer, high blood pressure, and even strokes are just a few of the consequences of long-term alcoholism listed by the NHS. Though alcohol impairs your heart, brain, stomach, and indeed every fibre of your being, it's arguably the liver that gets the worst deal. See, your liver is your body's detox mechanism. When your blood passes through, your liver sifts out harmful and poisonous substances so that other vital organs can enjoy healthy, non-toxic blood. Your liver is pretty damn strong. That said, it's not invincible. Sometimes it only takes a week or so of heavy drinking for your liver to develop fatty liver disease, which is very difficult to reverse. If you continue drinking past this stage, you're racing towards liver cirrhosis, which is when your liver has too much scar tissue that it starts to fail. And when your liver fails, you fail. Don't despair. Chances are that, if you've clicked onto this video, you've started to recognise your problem, which, say it with me, is the first stage of recovery. Now you've endured this intervention, let's crack on with some habit-kicking tips. So the first thing is to chuck all your alcohol out of your home. Evicting the drink might feel alien and even a bit scary. Beware of your bargaining brain. It might throw certain thoughts or anxieties at you to throw you off course. But this gin was a gift from Josh, it might cry. It's rude to throw it away. And these Alco Pops were bloody expensive. I can't just throw them in the bin. Oh yes you can. If you don't want to throw those beastly beverages away, then give them away to someone who does not have a drinking problem. Beware again though, as this instinct can be your brain's way of hoarding the substance on which it is reliant, a way to trick you into keeping alcohol in the house. The main aim of this step is to make it much harder for yourself to go and get a drink, so don't listen to your brain's bartering. Once you've tipped the tipples, allow yourself to collapse on your bed and congratulate yourself on your bravery and strength. Try to ignore your brain snivelling in the background. So, you've broken up this alcohol. Great to hear. I never liked them anyway. Next, think about the moment in your day or week that you used to drink. Did you consume alcohol when you went out with your friends on a Saturday? Maybe your whiskey and soda were reserved for last thing at night, to stop dark thoughts and help you get to sleep. Once you've identified the dangerous times, make sure to schedule alternative activities for these moments in your life. For example, try and get another shift at work on Saturday evening so you can say no when your mates ask you to come out on a bender. Go running, swimming or dancing before bed so that your body is tired and ready to sleep without the need for poison. Milk makes a great nighttime drink as it contains thiamine, which helps you get to sleep. If dark thoughts haunt you before bed and make it harder to get 40 winks, sorry mate, that means you need to go see a doctor. While it sounds inconvenient, medication and counselling are the healthiest ways to feel better. What's that? You don't want to bother the doctor? Your problem isn't serious enough to be worthy of medical attention? Oh my life. Don't be stupid. You deserve to be well. Why self-medicate with alcohol when a doctor can medicate you? That is, after all, their bloody job. My point is that you shouldn't be afraid to keep yourself busy, at least while your recovery is in its infancy. In its early stages, addiction recovery is a bit of a minefield. Your drooling mind notices alcohol more than usual during withdrawal, and it might feel like temptations lurk on every corner. Remind yourself that this is a symptom of withdrawal, and it's okay to be less productive if you're having a bad mental health day in this way. It won't last forever, and the only way you can fail on a day like this is by returning to your habit, craving, and picking up a drink. Choose your company wisely. You should tell your mates, if you can, that you've quit alcohol so that they can support you in your recovery. That said, there's usually at least one clueless idiot with a bottle of Smirnoff and an unhelpful attitude in your circle of friends. Of course, you don't necessarily need to cut them out of your life altogether, but you've got to set healthy boundaries. I've quit drinking, you must say, and I feel tempted to relapse when you guys drink around me, so I'm not coming out tonight. A true friend will recognise this mature, wise, and gracious request for support. It's so important to avoid isolation, but make sure you choose company that won't jeopardise your recovery. We're talking sober friends, your brother, your sister, your least annoying cousin, even your parents if you're lucky enough to have nice ones in your life. Or simply grab your work laptop or favourite book and pop down to a coffee shop. You'll be surrounded by people, even the company of strangers is better than a night with your brain. Later, you can learn to enjoy your company again, but for now, addiction recovery comes first. If you're after more addiction recovery materials like this, then slam that subscribe button at the same speed you chugged a beer before this video. E-begging aside, let's check in with that recovery process of yours. At this point, your home is alcohol-free, you're keeping busy, and you're spending as much time as possible with supportive friends. So now, it's time to get a wee bit physiological. I'm going to ask you a difficult question. Why do you think you started drinking? What purpose did alcohol serve you before it became a problem? You don't have to tell me, as it's highly personal information. However, I'm going to give you a list of a few common ways that folks used alcohol. To numb feelings of boredom or unfulfillment. To cope with traumatic memories. Grief, guilt and self-loathing. Self-doubt. Stress and anxiety. As I said, these are just a few of many reasons behind alcohol use, dependency and addiction. Anyone who says that addiction is a result of carelessness or laziness, well, that's pretty ignorant if you ask me. Sounds like they need a dose of Simple actually. Have you considered sending them one of our videos? Make sure that you recognise the progress you've made. Perhaps you only thought about drinking twice today. Remember, you used to pint for a pint every other minute. What about your health? Now you can walk up to 3 miles before you start to get tired, and it's easier to stay on your feet all day at work. Although it's not immediately obvious, your body is conspiring to heal itself from the ravages of alcohol. With its signature mystery, those cells and chemicals are swirling around your body, mind, and soul to undo the damage caused by drinking. Now, you think clearer, your liver isn't so quite beat up, your heart is beating to a better rhythm, and, as P.G. Wodehouse would say, the sun shines in the windows and hopes dawn once more. That's the dream, isn't it? This shiny, perfect, healthy vision of recovery. It's too bad that quitting addiction doesn't always look like this. Sometimes you'll wake up at 6 and go for a walk before pottering down to your favourite coffee shop to scribble in that recovery journal. Other days might be spent curled up in your duvet, in floods of tears, with thoughts of relapse jumping in your head like a fleet of creepy little gnomes. Want to hear a secret? Duvet days are healthy, normal, important, and yes, they're as proactive as those shiny days. Healing ain't linear, sunshine. While the steps I've outlined are easy, the real battle is the ones you fight in your head. So go easy on yourself. It's hard, but you've got to try and move on from your mistakes and learn to forgive yourself while taking responsibility for your recovery. You are worthy of recovery, and if you ask me, you're bloody brave. You might be sick of hearing that, but I don't care. Those who haven't recovered from an addiction will never know the pain and struggle. Once you're free of your addiction, whatever that might be, it's over for the rest of us.